Alright guys, what I've done is I've just set up down the creek. So what I've got there is just a tub from Bunnings. What I also got is one of these 11 litre buckets from Bunnings. So what I do with it is I throw that bucket inside my larger tub. This is the rotor pan, that's the bottom dish, that's where the gold gets captured. So I just throw that in. And then what this is a screen. Has a few agitators down here at the bottom and has this other flap, you could say. Alright. Now the reason I put it inside a bucket, what I found after a little while, the water gets spat out and you've got to just keep topping it up with water. Rather than doing that, and it does come with a 20 litre bucket. What I found with the 10 litre bucket, it fits in this tub. And coming somewhere where there's no flow, where you can't use a sluice and you don't want a pan and you want to get through a bit of material, then this is more than ideal. So what I tend to do is just get, this is unclassified material, there's larger rocks. Just throw a few scoops in. And then you grab the two handles and you're pretty much just going backwards and forwards. Do that a few times. Get rid of these larger rocks, don't need those. You always want to look and see what you're pulling out. Don't want to pull out a bit of quartz like this and then have a bit of gold stuck to it. So just a little quick look. And then we'll just keep feeding. I'll throw these bigger rocks in first. That's an interesting bit of quartz. Looks like it's almost been ground. Got some grooves in it. Just chuck that up there. Have a bit of a look at that later. Obviously with this, you don't need that much water. You can do one or two things. You can pull the thing up and lift it up, take out your material, or you can just get your hands in there and grab them and just take them out that way. What I'll do is I'll run these buckets. I've got 2.5 buckets pretty much. I'll run them and we'll see if we've got any gold. We'll have a look at how much is actually left in that bottom tray to pan. And what I will do also is I'll pan out the material that gets in the big tub and the material that actually gets stuck in the little plastic bucket that I'm running the rotor pan in, and we'll just see if we're losing any gold. Alright, back soon. Alright guys, what I've done is got through about a bucket and a half, and I noticed that it was getting fairly chockers and it wasn't falling through the screen. So what I've done is I've stopped. Let's get a can of water. This is pretty much the material. So I'll throw that in. Now, I have watched videos on this Rotopan. Now remember, these are cottons. So all your heavies should be in there. I'll see if we've caught anything. If I've caught nothing in this, then most probably there's going to be nothing in the bottom bucket. And then I'll continue on. The last little bit that I've got, I'll just show you. Just in here, that little maybe third of a bucket. That's stuff I yabby pumped. I dug a hole with these first two buckets and then I yabby pumped a little bit out of this hole. So I'm hoping most of the gold's going to be in that last bucket. But what I'll do is I'll run this, I'll pan this out. Let's just pan this out and let's just see what's going on. My little snake friend's still up there. Hasn't moved. So that's good. So stratify this stuff down. Start panning the lights off. Just lifting them up. Let the lights slowly come off. Tilt it back flat. Stratify it down. Angle it a little bit towards the riffles. Same thing. Take the lights off. Let them just wash off. Back again. I just tend to go back to flat so the gold drops to the bottom. Once again. And then I'm watching this back edge here, all along here. There's going to be gold that's going to possibly show up there. And sometimes if there's a lot of heavies and black sand, it'll start showing on top. But I'm not down far enough yet. Some people go, oh, you know, I'll do this 3 or 4 times and they count. I just tend to watch what's going on with the material. Rather than having a set number. Oh, that's fairly low now that I can start spinning it back. I haven't seen anything. Okay. I'll just spin this and use the smaller riffles. Wash the lights off again. And hopefully I'll have this in the right place and you'll be able to see. So just in that top edge there's about 9 specks, but 2 of them are fairly reasonable. Alright, I'll keep going and we'll see what else I can reveal. The other thing that did come out was, I don't know if it's a bottle or a glass. Someone might know what it is. Pretty water worn. But yeah, I'll just continue on. I'll suck that stuff up and I'll do the tailings now that are in the white bucket at the bottom. And see if anything's come out of there. Only because I overflowed it, so the possibility there might be some there. And then I'll continue on finishing off the other buckets. Alright guys, I'll end it there with the Rotopan. So, not a lot of gold, just a few little bits. But, this was more about just showing how effective this Rotopan is. And how quickly you can get through some material. Especially when you don't have any flow and you can't run like a high banker or a river sluice. So, and something light that you can carry in pretty easily, a couple of buckets. Throw all your gear in, a backpack and a shovel, and you know, off you go. As long as you've got a little bit of water that you can fill that tub up with. And you'd probably want to run about a bucket, one of those black buckets, and then empty it out each time so it doesn't overfill and overflow. But it depends on the material. If you've got a lot of larger rocks that you're throwing out, then maybe a bit of a different story. But if you don't, then and it's all small gravels, fine gravels and clay and stuff like that, then yeah, you need to really do a bucket for a bucket. All right, hope you're enjoying this stuff. Hope you showed you, even if you got one of these Rotopans and never thought of just putting it actually inside a tub, and rather than having another bucket and just keep topping it up every, you know, I'd say almost nearly every time you'd put about 3-4 scoops into that thing, you'd have to put, you know, a bit of water in because you lose it. All right, leave it there, and I'll see you all next time.